I want to talk about launching or relaunching your business. I want to talk to those of you that maybe have people on your team and you want to help them launch or relaunch their business. Success loves speed. So it's so much better to build your business fast versus slow. So I want you to make a big splash. I want you to be loud and proud to launch your new business or relaunch your business in the new year. And think about it. You're not getting paid to be a secret agent. Last time I checked, sometimes it sucks. Sometimes it's painful. Sometimes it's embarrassing. Why do most people never launch their business? Like, how many of you enroll people that do a whole lot of nothing? I know it's frustrating, but here's what I do. I never give up on people. I'll offer to do phone calls. I'll go back and forth on Messenger. I'll give them little tips and ideas what to do. Be very careful trying to outsource everything, because I know some of you recruit people and then you're like, all right, watch the videos. Let me know if you have questions. That is not how you launch someone. You say, hey, listen, what are you willing to do? Because there's really two major keys in order to start earning profits. Write this down. Posting and prospecting. Posting and prospecting lead to profits. If you're not going live or posting before and after pictures or talking about your products in your stories, you're not basically creating a conversation around your products or opportunity, how do you expect people to know that you have an opportunity? But you also got to be careful because you don't want to be an infomercial. You also don't want to come across as a Spamela Anderson. You know what I'm saying? Like, you don't want to be a spammy Tammy. So it's like this fine line of like, I want to promote my products, tell my story, get excited, and tell my face. Some people say, John, I am excited. I'm so excited to change my life in this amazing company. And I'm like, tell your face, dude. Like, you have to be excited if you expect to attract people. And listen, I'm a big fan of attraction marketing. I'm a big fan of curiosity marketing and building a personal brand. I've been teaching this stuff for years and years. I started building a personal brand 10 years ago on social media. But at the end of the day, you can't sit back twiddling your thumbs waiting for people to ask you about your products and opportunity. I would make a list, maybe every day, but definitely once a week, of 25 people you're going to reach out to. At least 25 people that you're going to ask if they're keeping their income options open. And if you're launching or relaunching, let people know. Always have an excuse as to why you're reaching out to people. So maybe I'm reaching out to 25 people this week. Once they respond, breathe. When you reach out to people, don't go straight for the jugular in the first conversation. Let them respond. Maybe a little back and forth. Oh, that's awesome. I'm so happy to hear that. The reason I'm reaching out to you is because, and it's just a unique situation, right? You have an excuse, a reason you're reaching out. Maybe it's because you're launching a new product. Maybe you have a big event coming up. So do you see how, like, I'm coming up with reasons that I'm reaching out to people? Maybe your reason is you're launching your business. And before you go live, before you share it with the world, you want to reach out to some key people. I thought of you as one of my key people. Don't get into chit chat. Don't get into like, how's the weather? You know, what have you been up to? And then you're just like talking about nothing. You need to be intentional. So you can create 100 conversations this week, but 25 of those people, minimum 25 people, you should ask them if they're keeping their income options open. How about this? I did a curiosity post this morning. It wasn't me in the before and after picture. I was posting someone else that had incredible results on our 5-day drop. So maybe you have a system, maybe you have a product, maybe you have something that's helping people promote that product, promote that system, that program, whatever your terminology is. You promote the system, the program, whatever. And then when you get into creating curiosity, creating conversation, write this down. I am a professional conversation starter. So imagine you're reaching out to people, wishing them a happy new year, but then they see your post, they see your story, they see your live. Now they're watching your marketing, they're watching your video, they're reading the comments of a post. So you see how you're doing both the marketing and the prospecting, the posting and the prospecting. And by the way, if you want your people to create curiosity, if you want your people to go live, if you want the people on your team to do the things, then you have to do those same things. You have to lead by example. They're most likely not going to do. Most likely they're not going to do what you're not doing. Encouraging people, supporting people, offering advice. Listen, I still enroll people that do a whole lot of nothing. It's like the aliens abducted them. They're like, what happened to Sam? Like, I don't know. I guess the aliens. I don't know, man. Sam's gone. But I'm still going to stay in touch. I'm still going to touch base. I'm still going to reach out. I'm not going to reach out every day, maybe not even every week, right? But I'm going to stay in touch. I'm going to do my best to support Sam. I'm going to do my best to see if I can offer some support and recommendations, because even though he's seen the training, he's downloaded the scripts, right? He's plugged in, whatever that looks like. I also know the truth is, if I don't say, hey, Sam, are you ready to start posting? Hey, Sam, can you introduce me to some people? Hey, Sam, how many people have you talked to today about the products or opportunity? Who can we reach out to? Do you know anybody that's entrepreneurial? Hey, how about you go live and you interview me? How many of you offer to do these things? See, stop trying to automate relationship building. Stop trying to automate every aspect of your business. Hey, did you watch the videos? Did you download the boards? Do you have the scripts? Teach people to make bold statements, telling people why. Why are they building this business? Because people relate to people. So if I'm reaching out to people, or people are coming to me and asking me questions, I always have to remember to incorporate my story and my reason for doing this business, this company. In fact, you should have two different reasons or two different whys. You know, they always say you should have a why that makes you cry. I don't always necessarily agree with that. I didn't have a why that made me cry in the beginning, but I had reasons I got started. I wanted money to not be an issue. I wanted to buy my own island one day. Like, I had some big goals and dreams when I got started in this profession. Then, of course, I went home and told my friends and family I was getting rich, and they were like, you're an idiot. And I was like, you're an idiot. I'm getting rich, and you're a loser, and all this stuff. But by the way, never do that. Never argue with people. Just let them be right, and you go get rich. Anyway, I digress. The point is, I had reasons. I wanted to move out of my parents' house. You know, I was 20 years old, no background in business, dropped out of community college. Like, I didn't want a regular job. And there were a lot of people that I would say that to, and they could relate. And then years later, I was in the mortgage industry and I was recruiting mortgage professionals. And guess what? When I was talking about like working 80 hours a week, I'm only as good as my last month, 100% commissions. It's a stressful career. A lot of people related to that. So they were open because of the relatability piece. Same thing when I talk about my MLM PTSD. I had 7 years with one company, nobody on my team. And I was at the second highest rank. Thousands of people joined my team in 7 years. We were very successful in income, multiple six-figure income. I had 0 people on my team making $1,000 a month. So I just couldn't look people in the eye anymore and say, you should do this, or you should keep going. My team was broke. And I don't care how much money I make. If my team is broke, I'm not interested. When I tell people that story, people relate. I had little stories along the way that I was collecting. You want to be a story collector. And I would tell these stories depending on who I was talking to. If I'm talking to a police officer that I want to work with, totally different conversation than if I'm talking to a network marketing leader that has a massive team in Europe, right? Like, different conversations depending on who I'm talking to. I want to relate. I want my story to resonate with them. And by the way, sometimes I'd be talking to someone that I don't relate to, but I would set up a group chat. I would introduce my prospect to people they would relate to. Write this down. These are the 3 things I want a new person to start doing if I'm helping them launch their business. I want them to start posting, telling their story, creating curiosity, going live, all the things. Sometimes people aren't willing to do videos in the beginning. So I try to figure out what they are willing to do, because I don't want to push them too hard and push them out of doing this business at all. It still happens, but I try my best to avoid it. I try to figure out what little baby steps I can get them to do. You don't want to feed a steak to a baby. You understand? So you have to be okay with the fact that, like, they're overwhelmed, they're confused, they don't know the products, they don't have confidence, they don't know what they're doing. So you want to encourage them to start posting, but be okay with the fact that they may not go live yet. They may not do certain things yet. The other thing you want them to start doing is reaching out to people, reaching out to key people about the products or the opportunity. So that's step 1. Step 2 is they need to start adding people to the groups. They need to start tagging people in the videos. If they're not ATMing people, what are we doing? If they're not reaching out to people, like, I don't know how I can help you or coach you if you're not reaching out to people, if you're not creating conversation, if you're not creating curiosity, if you're not adding people to the groups and tagging them in the videos, there's only so much I can do to support you. And the third piece, group chats. The sooner they start introducing you to people, the sooner you start making money. The sooner they start making money, the sooner they start rank advancing. If they don't introduce me to people, if they're not putting me in chats, guess what all my top recruiters are doing every day? Setting up chats. Guess what all the top recruiters on the team are doing? Chats, group chats. Letting them know, like, this is the system. I'm literally walking you through the simplicity of our ridiculous global duplication system. All you got to do is create conversations, create curiosity, add people to the groups, tag with the videos, and then you set up group chats introducing us to the people that are interested in what you have to offer, the opportunity, the products, etc. So you can earn while you learn. In the beginning, you're gonna do a lot more learning, and at some point you can remove the L. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's just the deal. And you have to set the right expectations, right? Pending on their influence, pending on their experience. Most people are not gonna make a lot of money in the first 90 days, the first year, unless they already have influence or experience. That's not most people. This is not get rich quick, it's get rich eventually. And you might not be rich in 90 days, but you can have a lot of momentum in 90 days if you commit to a 90-day run. You commit to using the products every day for 90 days. You commit to ATMing your face off for 90 days, doing the things. Now, some people might get overwhelmed by 90 days, so just talk to them about 5 days. Talk to them about getting their first 5 customers, getting their first recruit. Because again, people get easily overwhelmed, easily discouraged. We have this microwave society. And unfortunately, that's just the way people are these days. So you have to be patient. You have to be persistent. You have to be consistent. You have to be willing to support them. And again, you have potential rock stars in your network or in your network's network. What do I mean by that? Like, how many of you do referral posts? You probably have some people right now that think they're not cut out for network marketing, but they would be willing to do a post about the products on their page. And some of the people in their network might be rock stars, might be potential studs. They could be absolute rock stars in our business, but like, how do you get to them? Like, how do you get to them? Maybe you say, hey, listen, give me your top 5 to 10 people. I'll reach out and introduce myself. Get creative. Figure out strategic ways to get people to take action.